Chairman, sir, distinguished panelists on the dais. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor for me to stand before you and present the Orbit Communications Systems and Solutions, Satcom Solutions, which is, I think, available for all three segments. I'm talking about air, talking about maritime, and also on the land. Okay, thanks, sorry. Orbit Communication Systems is an Israeli company which has been formed in 1950, 76 years old company, and we are global presence of more than 60 countries. And what I'm showing you out here is a number of projects and a number of systems which are already in three different segments, whereas the air, maritime, and the land segments. So quickly, I will focus today's discussions on the Satcom, and which are more prevalent for the unmanned and aerial vessels, or unmanned surface vessels and unmanned vehicles, which is the need of the hour. Today's scenario, what I would say is that it's a kind of a scenario where you would like to have a complete interoperability between all three forces. While it's very appropriate what the chairman has mentioned in the beginning, that this is the time, this is the age of air power. When you say air power is leading the front, we need to also have the same set of solutions which are there on the airborne, whether it is a fixed wing, whether it is in the unmanned or on the aircrafts. A similar equipment which is also there on the maritime and also on the land. It gives a complete scenario of interoperability among all three forces. And although not now being part of the armed forces, but I think the excellent, cohesive, and a very interoperability solution in which Op Sindoor was conducted as a away from the actual scene of the operations. I think this is a reflection of that, and I'm saying in with full confidence that every system, whether it's in airborne or in maritime or in the land, if you are able to provide a same equipment, a similar equipment, it improves the entire operational efficiency. So what I have right now out here, what you see out here is the Satcom systems, then complete segment of systems, which you have it on the first one. I'm talking about the land versions, which are 30 centimeters to 46 centimeters. You also have it on USVs, that's a maritime. You also have it on mission aircrafts, and also on the both, which the UAVs. Very happy to say that Orbit supplied the first UAV Satcom systems on Tapas project, including the radome. They're still operational. We have the systems 30 centimeter and 46 centimeter flying across in many parts of the globe, and including the UAVs. In terms of mission aircrafts and rotary wing, we have several projects we've done in other parts of the world, and I'm sure, sir, I would say that now it's the time of air power. I would like to see in the next few years, every platform in the Indian Air Force should have a Satcom. And that's going to be the need, and that's going to improve or enhance the capabilities to a multifold. When I'm saying this, what actually I do and what actually the product will bring the value to the entire system is what I'm showing out here. I'm just focusing on the few I would say characteristics or the key points. What it will help us is that, and what the solution that I bring to the table is that irrespective of what satellite that you have, what platform you have, my solution is completely agnostic. I am going to bring you a Satcom system, irrespective of today you operate with a GSAT 20, you operate with a GSAT 7, 7R, or Indian satellite. I have no problem. I will establish the connectivity. I'll give you the platform connectivity. I give you one more example where I move ahead and I give complete independence of the systems that is going to be there on the ground, because the complete Satcom system is, one is the satellite spectrum, the other part is the hub. So even if you have the existing hub which are operating in any of the KU band or KA band, I'm going to bring you a Satcom system with the existing, the modems and the network. I'm able to connect it and I'm able to prove it. I'm very happy to say that in confidence that in the last 2 years, starting from January, 25 till date, I have demonstrated a Ka band of 30 centimeter across various platforms, including in Sundarban area for one specific project, and also demonstrated in various places. I have right now a 46 centimeter, antenna Satcom system, which we are already working with a GSAT 20, and it's something that I can showcase to the anywhere, any requirement which can be met. One very important part out here is that, which is I have highlighted here, is the GPS denial environment. The ability to have operation, seamless connectivity, and continue to operate even if when there is a GPS denial or segment is something which makes us superior. The technology has been proven, and I am saying this because we have these systems fitted and operational in the battle for the last maybe more than 1.5 years in Israel during the war operations. Coming to Satcoms for the UAVs. So what do I bring out here? I'm being very candid out here that I have a 30 centimeter and a 46 centimeters. Why do you require a 30 centimeter antenna out here? Is basically because I can operate on a Ka band and a Ku band. What added value that you get when you have a Satcom is the data rates. It can be voice, it can be your video, it can be real time. So when a UAV is actually operating and it needs to transmit back the real time picture, you need a Satcom. Gone are the days where you're going to do the surveillance, come back, retrieve the data, analyze the data. I'm sorry, you are late. The scenario where the UAV has been deployed and got the information is already changed. So if you want a real-time information coming directly to the command and the control centers and the operations room, we need to have a Satcom, and Ka band or Ku band is one of the solutions that we have. Yes, there will always be a trade-off with the number of hours that you're going to be out at air, but if you want a real-time picture, real-time information, real-time video, these are the solutions that we have, and these are proven solutions. We are exhibiting here on 18 and 19 booth. Any further technical details are required. I have my entire team from Orbit, the specialist who has designed this Satcom systems. We will be very happy to, answer your queries and interact with you, please. Coming to the next segment, which we are talking about, is the USVs, unmanned surface vessels. In case of unmanned surface vessels and unmanned vehicles, this is going to be, because the today's scenario is just not related only to the Air Force. We will also have the Army and the land forces working together. And if you have the Satcom, they're going to be the eyes and ears of the real battle scenario and giving you back the real-time information, what's happening on the battlefield. And Our systems are predominantly communication on the move. And these are battle proven, and we have demonstrated, we have already supplied to the various navies across the world. I have some case studies which I'm going to show you in our next few slides. This is the scenario today. It's just a kind of a scenario that's, I'm sure the audiences have got very rich experience. I'm just trying to portray a picture rather than saying in 100 words. As I told you, the battlefield is changing. The problems are many. GPS denial is going to be the norm of the day. You need to find a solution, how you're going to get a system which will operate in this. And if you have a threat, how do you mitigate those solutions? One very important factor that I'm here saying is that the systems, the Satcom systems, are not only can operate either GEO or a LEO or a MEO. The Satcom systems that we are bringing to the table, it can have a multi-orbit, or it can operate in anything, any of the orbits, both GEO, MEO, LEO, and HEO. So this gives you so much of flexibility that today you have a GEO satellite spectrum. Tomorrow, if you happen to migrate and you have a MEO satellite constellation, they need not have to change the actual terminals on the ground. This is a huge, huge kind of a investment, but also gives you the kind of a flexibility to have a permanent solution or a prolonged solution where you can actually train the team and they can operate it in terms of war. Next, I'm going to show you a very short video, how you can see here. You can see here, this is a small vehicle on which the antenna is fitted. We have a small roll-on roll-off antenna on my booth. You can come and have a look at it. And this is giving you a real-time scenario of that entire thing. You can have a couple of more videos, and we can have almost via cameras. So without sending the troops, you can send this to an area which is a hostile, and it gives you everything on a real-time scenario. This is actually, a huge, I would say, force multiplier to understand the scenario, what's happening on the ground. And these are the small ones. I have one of the systems out here. Now, coming to the very important factor, I think our panelists have mentioned, and thank you, sir, part of the Make in India. Till now, what I've said is the solutions which are completely designed and developed in orbit communication systems in Israel, but we understand the market scenario. We understand that in order to continue to remain and give the complete solutions to the Indian Armed Forces, we have to be a part of the Make in India. And this we are taking up in a big way. We are in an advanced stage of manufacturing the systems. Very soon, maybe in 8 to 12 months' time, we will have some of the systems which are available with a Make in India content. This will give you a kind of a scenario where the systems need not go back for repairs, maintenance, and a kind of a support system in case of any eventualities. Just to add to that, our systems have been part of the Indian Navy for the last more than 16 years. Every vessel has a system supplied by the orbit systems. But more importantly, out here, the fact that I'm trying to put across to the audience is that we are into Make in India, and the future systems will come with a Make in India concept, which will help in case of any eventualities. We have a solution, and there is no requirement to get the teams from all the way from the Israel.
So may I remind you on time? 1 minute.
Yeah. Sure. Some of the other examples, I'll just trying to show you the things which I had seen. Coming to the case studies, this is unmanned surface, vessels which is done in one of the European countries. This is small, I would say, where you can see this is a demonstration done on a small vessel. Again, you can see a Satcom which can operate, and it's been proven. I'll skip for the time being, short of time. So we can give you a complete solution. It's just not the Satcom, but we can also give you the ground solution. So normally any Satcom in the air solutions is also required a ground solution. So we come with a complete solution, and we can provide the solution in such a manner that it is done to a large extent to the meeting the Indian content. We have the solutions also on a submarine, Navy, and the air. We can say that we are already there on C-130. We have a very interesting solution for C-130, which I would like to, if you can just walk into my 19 and 18 booth, where you have an emergency hatch. It can be removed, and you can place a Satcom system. It's completely done by one person or two people, and it can be used as a kind of a strategically or a system without having any kind of a modification. This is a proven solution. All certifications are in place. Some of the UAVs, as you know, UAV is a classified field. I'm not mentioning the countries where it's been there. This is a part of the thing. We have the systems also on the rotary wings. You can see there is a small bump on the Chinook, which we have, and this is the complete set of, I would say, the segment of systems where it's a very short list, but I'm just giving you the coverage of where all the Satcoms can be there, air and all. Just for academic interest, what kind of a data rates is ultimately a Satcom? Anybody would ask that, what does it actually give you? So these are the data rates that we have achieved in Israeli. This is something that's of interest that I have done it myself, and I've been part of this project, and I would say demonstration that we have achieved in India. You can see the GSAT-20, we have done it in a test. We are all in Bangalore last year, and these are the data rates that we achieved. So Satcom per se, as long as the customer is willing to give us the spectrum, we have the infrastructure. I can come and demonstrate, and I'll leave it to the the audience and the chair how to take this thing into the next level. And the last thing, if I would like to say, is that we are part of the Make in India. We have a very excellent partner in India. They've been more than 15 years with us, and supporting all the operations and all the maintenance activities in India. And we are growing, and I'm sure in years to come, we will have a product which is Make in India, which will help us to meet the future requirements. With this, thank you, Chair, sir, for giving me an opportunity. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions, please.